From Congress's petition against election rule amendments to Allu Arjun's questioning and ICC Champions Trophy full schedule revealed. Here are the major stories of the day in today's news wrap. Hi, I'm Flora Swai and you're watching the Indian Express. Let's get started. The Congress party has filed a writ petition in the Supreme Court challenging the recent amendments to the Conduct of Election Rules 1961. Sharing the update on social media platform X, Congress General Secretary for Communications Jairam Ramesh wrote, and I quote, "A writ has just been filed in the Supreme Court challenging the recent amendments to the Conduct of Election Rules 1961. In a separate development, the Congress is set to commemorate the centenary of Mahatma Gandhi assuming the presidency of the Indian National Congress during the Belagavi session in 1924. To mark the occasion, the party will organize a Nav Satyagraha Baitak on the 26th of December at the historic site where Gandhi took over as the party president. A petition challenging the centre's recent amendment to the Conduct of Election Rules 1961 has been filed in the Supreme Court, according to Congress leader Jairam Ramesh, who said this on a post on social media platform X. In the post, Ramesh said, and I quote, "A writ has just been filed in the Supreme Court challenging the recent amendments to the Conduct of Election Rules 1961. The Election Commission, which is a constitutional body charged with the conduct of the free and fair elections, cannot be allowed to unilaterally and without public consultation amend such a vital law in such a brazen manner. This is especially true when that amendment does away with public access to essential information that makes the electoral process more transparent and accountable. The integrity of the electoral process is fast eroding. Hopefully, the Supreme Court will be able to restore it." The centre amended the 1961 rules to limit public inspection of election papers to only those documents specified in the provisions. Previously, according to sources who informed the Indian Express, that this would effectively remove electronic footage of the polling process from the scope of election papers that the Election Commission of India, that is the ECI, could direct to be made open to public inspection. The Senate's move amended a Rule 93 subsection 2A of the 1961 rules. Previously, the rule allowed the ECI to direct that all other papers relating to the election shall be open to public inspection. Under the amended version of the rule, the ECI may only direct that all other papers as specified in these rules relating to the election shall be open to public inspection. The amendment has been met with staunch criticism from opposition parties. The Indian Express reported that the Congress called it part of a systemic conspiracy to destroy the institutional integrity of the Election Commission of India, with the Samajwadi Party and left parties accusing the EC of undermining multi-party democracy by taking unilateral decisions without consulting all political parties. However, officials who did not wish to be identified also previously told the Indian Express that the amendment was justified as public inspection of election papers does not cover videography and CCTV footage. They said that since electronic records are not mentioned anywhere in the rules, it was understood that they are not open to scrutiny. However, the Commission has been increasingly receiving requests for access to video footage, citing Rule 93, subsection 2 of the Conduct of Election Rules. In order to remove this ambiguity for the Commission officials and those making such requests, the amendment was made. Telugu superstar Allu Arjun appeared before the Hyderabad police on Tuesday in response to a summon issued on Monday regarding the tragic stampede at Sandhya Theatre on the 4th of December. The incident occurred during the premiere of his blockbuster film Pushpa 2 The Rule, where a woman lost her life and her son was injured. This incident has kept Allu Arjun amidst the controversy, which includes his brief arrest on the 13th of December, a vandalism attack at his Jubilee Hills residence on Sunday, and the ongoing summons from the Hyderabad police amid a growing political debate. Here's our full report on this issue.
Allu Arjun arrived at the police station for questioning today. Police officers on Monday visited the residence of Telugu actor and handed over a notice asking him to appear at the police station in Hyderabad on Tuesday morning. According to officials, Arjun told police he would cooperate with their investigation. For context, a woman was killed and her son was critically injured in the stampede that happened during the screening of Pushpa 2 in Hyderabad on December 4. After the stampede, the theatre management, Allu Arjun, and his team were charged for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. He was arrested on December 13 and was sent to 14-day custody by a city court, the same day the Telangana High Court granted him interim bail for 4 weeks. The fresh notice to Allu Arjun came amid reports that the police are planning to approach the High Court to cancel his interim bail. Telangana police on Sunday said that Allu Arjun refused to leave the Hyderabad theatre when the premiere of his film Pushpa 2 was being held, even after he was informed that a woman had died in the chaos outside the theatre. On Sunday, police also released footage with timestamps indicating that the actor remained in the theatre until nearly midnight, alleging that he ignored police requests to leave.
In other news, a heated scuffle erupted between Congress and the BJP councillors on Tuesday during the General House meeting at the Chandigarh Municipal Corporation, with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar at the centre of the debate. Congress and Aam Aadmi Party councillors passed a motion condemning Union Home Minister Amit Shah's remarks and called for his resignation. In response, the BJP councillors accused the Congress of attempting to undermine Baba Saheb Ambedkar's legacy during Jawaharlal Nehru's tenure.
मुझे धक्का मुक्की का तो इतना नहीं मालूम, वो बार बार कुछ मेरे ऊपर टारगेट कर रहे थे, तो मैं खड़े होकर मैंने अपनी बात रखी और मैं फिर इसमें आपके माध्यम से बताना चाहूँगा कि वो बार बार मेरी बात को बार बार उठा रहे थे, तो उसमें मैंने जवाब देना चाहा और मेरे जवाब देने के बाद वहाँ पे कुछ हुआ है, शोर शराबा हुआ है, लेकिन मैं यही कहना चाह रहा था कि जब 3 महीने पहले इसी हाउस में मेयर ने ये स्टेटमेंट दी थी कि मुद्दा सुप्रीम कोर्ट में विचाराधीन है, इस मुद्दे को बार बार हाउस में नहीं उठाना चाहिए, हमें इन्हें टारगेट नहीं करना चाहिए, तो आज वो बार बार इस मुद्दे को उठाने का मौका क्यों दे रहे थे? बार बार वो अपनी मेयर की पोस्ट है उनकी, तो वो मेयर हाउस चलाता है, तो बोलते कि ये इस मुद्दे को मत बार बार लेकर आइए ताकि इससे हाउस पूरा इफेक्ट होता है। तो मेयर को अपनी भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझनी चाहिए। जो चीज़ एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ऑलरेडी विचाराधीन है, उस मुद्दे को ये लोग बार बार उठाना चाह रहे हैं, बार बार उठाकर टारगेट करना चाह रहे हैं और मेयर की ही स्टेटमेंट में को कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो मेयर को स्टैंड लेना चाहिए। वो लेकर आए, मुझे उस पर क्या टिप्पणी करनी है? वो लोकतंत्र है, कोई कुछ भी लेकर आए, उसमें सबको हक है, वो अपनी चीज़ लेकर आए, मुझे उस पर क्या? मुझे तो इतना ही कहना है कि आई बिलोंग्स टू द माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटी। ये दोनों पार्टी मुझे मिलकर ये टारगेट कर रहे हैं, मैं माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटी का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हूँ, दे आर टारगेटिंग मी हियर, दे आर टारगेटिंग badly to defame me.
The ICC Champions Trophy makes its highly anticipated return after 8 years, with the full schedule of the 8-team tournament revealed on Tuesday. The tournament will kick off on the 19th of February 2025 with the opening match between the hosts Pakistan and New Zealand in Karachi. These teams will compete in Group A alongside India and Bangladesh. Group B, meanwhile, features Australia, England, South Africa and Afghanistan. India's first match is scheduled for the 20th of February against Bangladesh, with their subsequent games against Pakistan and New Zealand on the 23rd of February and the 2nd of March, respectively. All of India's matches will be held in Dubai. In entertainment news today, Shyam Benegal's contemporaries from the world of cinema, along with colleagues, younger actors and artists, gathered with his wife Neera and daughter Pia to bid farewell to the legendary filmmaker. His films, which explored the diverse realities of India, have left an indelible mark on the cinematic world. Legendary veteran filmmaker Shyam Benegal, who was a trailblazer of parallel cinema movement in India during the 1970s and 1980s, was cremated with full state honors and a 3-gun salute on Tuesday. Benegal, renowned for his iconic films like Ankur, Mandi, Nishant and Junoon, passed away on Monday at a hospital following a battle with chronic kidney disease. The filmmaker, who celebrated his 90th birthday on the 14th of December, was laid to rest at Dadar's Shivaji Park Crematorium around 3 p.m. His wife Neera, daughter Pia, along with fellow filmmakers, colleagues and a new generation of actors and artists gathered to pay their final respects to the legend whose work vividly depicted India's diverse realities. That's all for the day, but leaving you with visuals of Christmas celebrations this year.